I got an important question to ask y'all. Y'all ready for this? Y'all juniors? All right. Put your seatbelt on. Gotta put your seatbelt on. All right. She said click. So you're juniors. First semester is almost over. Am I right or wrong? You got midterms. So you're a junior, which means you got practically a year and a half left. Look, I like slow walking that because he was like, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? A year and a half left. So I got a question for everybody. If graduation was 1 month from today, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how high does your prepared meter go for the real world? What number would you rate yourself? Because I'm just going around the room and I'm looking. I see hairdos. I see haircuts. I see clothes. I see shoes. I see glasses. Anybody got glasses on? Oh, yeah. I see glasses. Y'all got your Christmas list ready. So y'all know, you know where I'm going with this. Now you become a junior. Is parents more generous 5 years ago with the resources than they are today? So he shook his head. So mom and dad, they're pulling back a little bit. Okay, they're pulling back. So let's go around the room. What is your number? Parents are pulling back on some of the things that they do. You get more responsibility. Everybody's going to walk across the stage and there's this transfer of responsibility that's about to take place and we're going to explore it. What's your number? Give me 2 people at this table. What's your number on being prepared? 5. So if graduation was 1 month from now, you say you're 5? Why do you say 5? Okay, cool. I like that. You say, my swag on swole. I'm confident right about now. Somebody else. Go ahead. You say 2? Why you say 2?
My mom is a very nice lady and she helps me with everything and I'm not ready to do it myself yet.
Okay. All right. So no matter where you at, please don't be embarrassed. Because whatever your number is, whether it's 1, 2, or 10, guess what? You got a year and a half to get your number high as possible. 2 people at the back table right here. 6? Okay. Somebody else? 4? Okay. She was like, oh, you. 4? Okay. My man. 5? 5. Look, she's looking that way. She looked that way like, please don't call me. Okay. Listen, she's being honest. Look, because I promise you, we're at the tail end of a pandemic, but they don't tell us about the pandemic that comes every month that you're about to experience. They're called bills. And there's many variants: gas bill, light bill, cell phone bill. All right, so listen, wherever your number is, the question is, the seed has been planted. So now it's like, now I have to ask myself, what do I need to succeed so that my number can be high as possible? Because whether you want it or not, you can't dream this away. You can't blink this away. You can't hide under your blankie. How many still got blankie? Okay, let's be honest. It's okay. You can't even hide under your blankie, that blanket that you be like, ooh, it's just so warm under this blankie. You're like, don't tell all my secrets. And usually there's 6 choices that students take after high school. Number 1, enter the workforce. Find a job, see where it takes me, whether it's one place, multiple places, trying to build a career path. The second place, people enlist in the military. on average, common. Some students, they enter vocation school, find a trade. 4, go to college. People, number 5, start a business, and hopefully there's nobody in this room where they just do nothing. But these are the 6 common choices. So the question is, what road is for you? How many think you're going to enter the workforce? How many going to the military, maybe? Okay. Possibly thinking about it. How many going to college? Okay, pretty much almost the whole room. How many are going to start a business? Okay, cool. Whatever route you choose is not a wrong route, long as it's not route number 6. Okay? And so the question is, you got a year and a half to prepare to make sure that that route that you choose is for you. So because almost everyone in the room rose, you put your hand up and you said that you're going to college, the question becomes, what is the best fit college for you? So I have a strategy. It's called chess is greater than checkers. Whether you was a 2, whether you were a 3, whether you were a 7, or whether you were a 10, it's time to play chess and not checkers. Found out this guy named Magnus Carlsen. He's a Norwegian chess prodigy. He's a grandmaster. He's the current world champion. And he claims that he sees 15 moves ahead, sometimes even 20. How many chess players in the room? A little bit, okay, all right. Any chess players over here? Play a little bit? So check this out. He's a grandmaster. He's a world champion. He says he can see 15, possibly 20 moves ahead. How many moves ahead can you see possibly in chess?
4.
4, okay. How many moves ahead? Maybe 2, okay. All right. So check this out. I did my research on chess. I'll be honest with you. I like the game of chess. I don't play it, but I know it's a game of strategy, and it takes way more strategy than checkers. How many of y'all play checkers? Like, I'm a grandmaster in checkers, but I don't have to think as hard in checkers as I know you would have to in a game of chess. So an average chess, an amateur thinks 1 to 3 moves ahead. A pro, 4 to 5. Master level, 6 to 10. A grandmaster, 11 to 15. You got to get in the ranks of world champions to get 15 moves or more. What are you saying to me, Lester Sanders? I'm saying in the game of life, it is time to start playing chess and begin to start thinking moves ahead. What does life look like at 25? What does life look like at 30? What does life look like at 40? So 3 things that you need to do. 3 things you need to do to strategically position yourself for future success. You need a vision, you need a game plan, and you need to execute/hustle. I'm talking about legal hustle. You know, everybody talk about hustling these days on Instagram. They talk about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm here and I'm there, all that type of stuff. Y'all hear those messages on social media? Vision. Somebody tell me what vision is.
Kind of like your goals, like what you see yourself doing in the future.
Yep.
What you want to get done.
Yep, real simple. We're not going to complicate anything today, but vision is the ability to think about or plan for the future with imagination, wisdom, and discipline. The ability to see where you want to be in various areas of your life in the future. How far do you see? Where do you see yourself traveling around the world? Or do you see yourself traveling around the world? Which college do you see yourself at? What career path do you see yourself going down? Vision is super important. Somebody told me, if you don't know where you're going, you might not like where you end up. And that don't always have to be a bad place. It could just be, I made a particular choice because I didn't look so far down the road, and I could be this, but I'm doing this over here. And the reason why I say that is because the average American works 30 to 35 years. That's a long time, isn't it? So if you got to work 30 to 35 years Do you want to do something that you love, that gives you energy when you wake up in the morning, or do you want to do something that says, all right, I'll just go ahead and do it? Game plan. Coach Bobby Knight said the will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. We have any video gamers in the room? Okay, you play Madden? Huh? Madden, Call of Duty? Okay, so if you play your buddy in Madden, okay, and you got 3 plays, but your buddy got 100 plays, who has the advantage? Yep, your buddy. Because why? He got more to choose from, more options. How many options do you have in your playbook? And number 3, we got to be willing to execute. On a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to putting the work in, where do you land? Let's go around the room. Somebody else. Scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to putting the work in consistently, where do you land? Huh? 10. Okay, good. Yeah. 8. Okay. All right. What's stopping you from being 10? Yeah. Okay. All right. Where you at? 9. Okay. What's stopping you from being 10? Now, when I ask this question, please do not think I'm putting anybody on the spot. There is something called self-assessment. When I was a 2-year starter at strong safety at Camp McKinley. And we would play either Friday or Saturday night. After Friday or Saturday night, Sunday morning, we would watch film. And we would get graded from the start of the game to the end of the game. And on defense, you got graded on each play from the snap until the whistle was blown. And you had to do something what was called self-assessment. And self-assessment simply says, yes, I did great on this play, but what could I have done better? When you're thinking moves ahead, an average chess player, or amateur chess player, 1 to 3 moves ahead. A grandmaster is thinking 10 to 15 moves ahead. You have to ask yourself, where do you want to be once you graduate? When it comes to finances, because everybody is saying go to school, get a good education, but is it free? Nope, it's not free. Some is going to have to use financial aid. There may be some in the room where you got the college fund is taken care of, the funds is already sitting, but then there's some who may have to use financial aid. Private. My job is simply today to give you the picture of what college costs, and then you look at your various options. So I'm trying to give you a play in your playbook to decide what is going to be the best for you and your families when it comes to out-of-pocket costs, while you're going through the process, and then what is the overall cost on the back end if you would have to take out loans. So when we talk about this strategy of chess is greater than checkers, people ask me, how did you beat the odds being an African-American male born into poverty, raised and educated in an American inner city between grades 6 through 9? I began developing a mindset of chess is greater than checkers. And I began to start playing chess with my life and not checkers to put me moves ahead over life's adversity. Now, my story is my story. Your story is your story. But what I do know, if you begin to start thinking moves ahead, there's nothing that you cannot get through, over, or around if you have the mindset and the will to make your goals and dreams become a reality. I'll close with this. Words of urban poet Clifford Harris. He said, don't forget that impossible is nothing. Your environment's irrelevant. Just don't let your emotions overpower your intelligence. Refuse to give up. Your mistakes don't define you. They don't dictate where you're headed. They simply remind you that time keeps ticking. Let your mind keep clicking. Never stop thinking, and beware your decisions, and beware of the collisions and the potholes hidden in the road that you travel on your lifelong mission. Just listen. Every day is like a snapshot taken. If you live, you can learn, you can wait, be patient. Thank you for letting me speak to y'all today.
Okay, so what was your plan of thinking ahead? How did you do it? Like, were you organized? Were you not organized? Did you have like a friend to guide you, like a little mentor?
So I had mentors. I was in a program for 4 years, similar to this, a mentoring program, where we came together multiple times throughout the year to give me guidance. I did have a strong support system, even though I was raised in a single parent home, as far as with my family. But I asked myself the question, what do I need to succeed? And that put me on a pace to begin to start finding out and taking initiative to find out the things that I need. And it began to start leading me to the right people, places, and things. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I made some mistakes along the way. I'm not an adult that walks around like I got a P in my chest and says, I'm perfect. No, I made some mistakes, but I tried to make my mistakes stay down here and my positive choice here. You had your hand? Go ahead.
Do you think that private universities are worth the investment, or could be?
I'm gonna say this. He said, can you say that again? Because I bet you somebody else is thinking about that.
Do you think that private universities are worth the investment?
This is my answer, because like I said, I'm not here to promote Kent State. I'm here to be a college advisor right now. It is about the resources you have and if you want to invest in those resources. I'm the type of guy, I'm not going to bash another college. The question is, can you afford it? Like as a missions counselor at Mount Union, I saw a kid from the Ashland area come on campus. He was a wrestler. He was a real little guy wrestler, but he was super good. And his parents' pockets was deep. And he just stroked the check. Wasn't a question. Multiple businesses in the family. I believe you can get a great education there, and you can get a great education at a public university or a regional campus as well. It depends on what you have. If you have the resources and that's the place you want to be, like I was heavily recruited by Mount Union for football, but we were 2 years removed from public housing. My mom just got a job at the Temple Company. And even though it would have been a great place for me to get a degree, I felt Kent State would be better because we just didn't have the resources to pay for it. 2 + 2 = 4 at Kent State, right or wrong?
Right.
2 + 2 = 4 at Harvard, don't it? Yep. So at the end of the day, it's about your resources and what you want to do. What I say is, if you really don't have it like that, don't put yourself in a situation where you got to take all these loans out, because 6 months after graduation, you are going to get a letter in the mail and it's going to say you're going to have to start paying student loans back. And the question is, how much debt do you want to incur? That's why I'm talking about thinking moves ahead, because there's some students who say, they'll go 50, 60, 100, 150 in debt. And then after they get into the workforce, they're like, what in the world did I do? So our job is simply to give you the options, which is available for you. And I promise you, 2 + 2 = 4 at Kent State or Harvard. That's why I talked about execution, because no matter where you get a degree from, you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to put that work in.